Elise, and this is geometry.
Yay! All right, so after that lovely intro, we are going to move on to deductive reasoning and talking about the law of detachment. So, deductive reasoning uses facts, definitions, accepted properties, and laws of logic to form a logical argument. All right, so we had been talking about inductive reasoning, and if you remember, the inductive reasoning was where we found a pattern in specific cases and then made a conjecture about the general case. We made a conclusion. Now we're actually using facts, definitions, and accepted properties and laws of logic to do this. All right, so the reasons and the conjectures you are no longer finding, you are given them. All right, so today we're going to talk about our first law of logic, which is law of detachment. So if the hypothesis of a true conditional statement is true, then the conclusion is also true. Excuse me. All right, um, so an example of a law of detachment um, is if M is the midpoint of a segment, then it divides the segment into two congruent segments. So we can conclude that M is the midpoint of segment AB. All right, another example says, if possible, use the law of detachment to draw a conclusion. If it is not possible to use this law, explain why. So we have given, if a road is icy, then driving conditions are hazardous. So we can use the law of detachment to conclude that driving conditions are hazardous. Now we would find that the law of detachment in this case is not true because we do not know for a fact if the hypothesis is true. We cannot prove that a road is icy in this particular case. So we cannot come to the conclusion that driving conditions are hazardous. All right, so the law of detachment basically just um, has to prove the hypothesis of a conditional statement true and make sure that the conclusion then will also be true. So if the hypothesis is not true or cannot be proven, then the conclusion is false.